to Travel and Bang, baby.
This is Travel and Bang. I am Marky Bravo, the mulatto. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. Here to discuss the dark arts of seduction and many diverse nuances to social dynamics, dating with beautiful women. Okay, so I've been away for a while and I want to let people know this is going to happen a lot. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those guys who makes a living off of his YouTube channel. So when I do it strictly just for fun and want to share, spread the knowledge, spread the wealth, And when I'm not on YouTube, it usually means I got a lot of things going on, a lot of obligations and responsibilities at my job. So there's going to be times where I'm going to disappear. I'm going to be there sometimes. Sometimes I'll be there 2-3 times a week on YouTube. And sometimes you'll just ask yourself, whoa, did this guy walk away? I'm always going to return. I love doing this. So let's get into it. I usually get maybe 10 emails during the week. I read them. I try to give men feedback, give them advice on the things that they email me about. This one stuck out and I want to share it. I used to think that this was these situations that I'm about to touch, it was something that only happened to me. It wasn't that common. I felt like a dirty bird about it sometimes in reference to the type of women I run into. But this one I want to share it because it makes sense. It's very common. I think a lot of guys experience this. So the guy, he basically wrote me that there's this woman he always sees at the gym, right? An attractive woman, and he off and on has social discourse with her. And then he went in, he escalated to ask her out, and then she kind of like shot him down. The reason being, the reason she gave him was she's just getting out of 15 something, probably even more year marriage. I'm paraphrasing people, all right? 15, 20-year marriage, single mother of two. Okay, of two, I'd say borderline, still young teenagers, 13, 14-year-olds. That type of vibe. I don't know if it's boys or girls, sons or daughters, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. And she basically had led on also that she has a side business from where she works. So she just basically is in what I used to always call mom mode. Her main focus goes on to her children and her work and her side business. I think her side business is Mary Kay, like the cosmetic company. So that's what he had relayed to me and wanted to ask me, like, how do I get this woman to reconsider? Do I just keep going in every couple of weeks asking her out? You know what I mean? Hoping that her interest will change. Well, I want to touch on that, okay? And this has a lot to do with what the pickup artist world always called about frame control, okay? And I'm not going to give you some magic formula. So I'm going to tell you something which is going to magically make women do what you want them to do, but this can help. This helps in many situations, okay? So I too, off and on, I'll meet women, single mothers who you know what I mean? They're just not feeling it. They're not. And the reason why, you have to understand, women to begin with, as we know, don't have the same level of testosterone as a man, okay? So their needs are a little bit different, you know what I mean? You have women with high testosterone and they are more hornier than the average woman. But for the most sake, we're talking about average day women, okay? So when you're getting out of a marriage, 15, 20-year marriage, shit, when I was getting out of my 5-year marriage, it emotionally rips you a new asshole, okay? You're not in the mood to entertain anything romantic, any intimacy, any entanglements, as we say. Actually, a lot of people, mostly women, they view it as an unnecessary intimate entanglement. That's how they view after a marriage, when they get with another dude, they view it an unnecessary entanglement because their energy at that point, you have to look at that, right? That woman's energy is going to her children. She's in mom mode, okay? That's a very strong instinct with that type of woman. Mom mode, it's all about my kids, you know what I mean? And then the jobs. Or a job, you know what I mean? It's all about the career, all about making the moolah, making the money, right? And then, like I said, with a combination of a long-term monogamous, probably monogamous, I don't know, relationship coming to an end, a lot of women in that mental state don't want anything to do with intimate entanglements with other men. You understand? And how do you change that? How do you change that with, you know, a woman might reconsider? Okay, that's basically what he was asking me. And you do that through frame control. And I'm gonna give you an example. A couple years ago, I ran into a woman who was just getting out of a long-term marriage. Also, you can say she was a single mother. She had a young daughter. And how I got her to reconsider is I jumped in and controlled the frame by basically saying, hey, I get it, right? Acknowledge the fact of what she's going through. So she knows you identify. The woman knows you identify what she's going through. So say, hey, I get it. You have responsibilities, obligations, that weight on your shoulder, the boulder on your shoulder of the obligations of career, your child or your children. You know what I mean? You just got out of a marriage, a long-term relationship, or even if you have to remember, even if it wasn't just recent, it could have been 5 years before. It doesn't matter. That the scars remain, my friends. So you have to acknowledge that you identify with what she's going through. So that way she knows you have some empathy. You know what I mean? And that makes you an empathetic soul. And a lot of women like that. They like that because there's not a lot of empathy out here in the world. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's out for number one. They're out for themselves and what they can get out the deal. So expressing that will really, really make the woman's antennas go up. Like, wow, okay. Now, frame control is to acknowledge that she doesn't have she only has a limited amount of energy, a limited amount of time. She really doesn't want to be inconvenienced with fuckery, drama, bullshit, neediness, right? You're basically, what I told a woman in that position was, hey, how about we just hang out once a month, one weekend in the month. We just hang out hour, 2 hours. That's it. Once a month. It won't cost you nothing. No obligations. I'm not going to text you every day. I'm not going to blow up your phone. I'm not going to text you every day. Not, in matter of fact, you text me when you want to text me. I'm not going to text you, and we're only going to meet up maybe just once a month. How about it? Now, the woman I told, she couldn't believe this. She was like, huh? You know what I mean? Because we as humans, we all crave companionship, no matter what we do. We crave intimacy. Not just, emotional intimacy, sexual intimacy. Sexual intimacy plays a very big part in us as human. We're entities of sexuality. We are. There's no way to go around it. This is why in modern Western world right now, you have such a big movement. What? Based on sexuality as being an identity. Right? You have the LGBTQ, I'm sorry, I'm messing up that acronym, but you know what I'm saying? Their whole movement, that movement is built on their sexuality, right? And that's their identity. So that already should show you we as humans we have a big part of our identity is based on our sexual expression of who we are and what we enjoy and what we're into sexually. So no matter what, don't let any woman fool you into thinking that although those instincts might be dormant, but beneath the veneer in the background, in the subconscious, beneath the veneer, beneath the curtain behind is a woman who still craves companionship, still wants to get dick down. She still wants some penis thrusted in her. Okay, I don't want to be vulgar about it, but let's say it the way it is. Still once in a blue moon, may not be all the time. Still wants to be held, wants to be treated like she's special. Okay, wants that red carpet treatment. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm being nice. I'm not being a vulgar dick about it, because there's so many nuances to this. There's so many elements to this. We as humans, that's why I always said pornography is a lie, right? It's fun to watch sometimes, but it only gives a certain perspective on the human experience. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth. So control the fucking frame. Control the frame. Let's go back over it. show empathy, acknowledge verbally that you know what she's going through, okay? Verbalize it. Touch the nuances, meaning the subtle details, to let her know that you identify with it. You have empathy for it. Let's do this. And let her know, like I said, we're touching on this subject again, that you will not be a burden to her life. Her kids, number one, and job and all the other things, and putting up with her ex-husband or ex-boyfriend's bullshit is also an ongoing thing. Very few people have a drama-free connection. Most people don't. Some people do. 2%. The 98 other percent don't. So you know what I mean? So you let the frame control, to tell her that, hey, you just slide me in and it's gonna be drama-free with me. Not gonna blow your phone up, not gonna text you, I'm gonna let you text me, and in the convenience of no obligation of deeper investment. I'm not gonna be a needy dude reaching, being all thirsty and shit. And when a woman hears that, gentleman, she'll marinate on it. She'll think about it. She might not take the offer, but she's gonna think about it, because that's like, whoa, this is a good offer. She's thinking like, this is an awesome offer. You know what I mean? But you gotta watch how you express it, because if you express it the wrong way, don't use words like friends with benefits. Don't even touch that phrase, okay? It's been shit smeared to hell. It's been abused verbally by the mainstream. It already sounds like you're insinuating that she's a promiscuous or easy to have woman. You know what I mean? Hey, you want to just offer me sex? And yeah. No. So don't stay away from terms like that. You know what I mean? Don't try to define what you're going verbally on a phrase, or don't label it. Don't put it in a box, but verbally, through nuances, all right? Just, telling her what you can offer her to make her life better. It's what you can bring to the woman, and that type of woman, to make her life of joy, pleasure, and less stress, less bullshit, no drama. You know what I mean? But then when you get it, let's talk about this before we wrap the video. Then when you get that, when she says, okay, we can do that, and just say, for instance, the first time, whatever, you escalated, you kissed a little bit, whatever. And then the second month when you met up, you actually, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Okay, then as a man, you gotta watch that shit. You can't go off and then once a month, like some thirsty fucking weirdo, I'd be like, oh, once a month I'm gonna get to see her and have some intimacy. Yeah. And then that anticipation builds up. No. Meanwhile, you gotta focus on your life. You gotta focus on your goals, your aspirations. You might even spin plates. You might, date other women, do other things. Can't sideline and have that situation turn into something that you anticipate and it means so much to you, because you're what? In scarcity. Okay? You're in scarcity. When you only have one source of food, you're looking forward to that food, right? So that's the same analogy. You don't want to do that. You want to have food coming from different sources, i.e. kind of like you want money streaming in from different sources. You want just to be dependent on one source, because 9 times out of 10, that woman, she may have sexual intimacy a couple times, right? And then she maybe just change her mind. Maybe she's like, fuck it. I don't want to hang out and fuck this guy anymore. Fuck it. Or maybe she found someone else that she likes more. Or you know what I mean? She just want to keep shit simple and say, oh, it was fun while it lasted. And now as a man, you're all butt hurt, in the corner looking like a weird, freaky weirdo cornball. You know what I mean? Because, oh, I don't understand. We had a good thing going on. You don't want to be that guy. And how you not be that guy, gentlemen? Spin plates, see different women. That way, if she decides to back up, which is also probably a shit test, is to make sure, wait a minute, are you an alpha male? Are you needy? Are you turning into a needy little emotional bitch? You know what I mean? It may not even be, she might just want to take a break, or in a shit test to see where you're at up here. Whatever it is, to stay away from that bullshit, from entering that type of going down that fucked up road. You got to have your own thing going on. You got to have your own thing going on. Become the best version of yourself. And it's all about you. Everything else you do with women, it's just there to complement your life. Okay? Women, and if, you know, even if you marry one day, the woman is there. She's the icing of the cake. She's not the cake. Women are there to complement your life. They're not meant to be the main focus of your life. And I know some people get mad when they hear that, but I'm telling you, your relationships will last so much longer. Whether you're poly or you're monogamous, your relationships will be so much stronger, last so much longer if you don't focus so much on making that person the center of the pinnacle of your universe. Do you understand that? Okay, gentlemen, this has been another one. I gotta go. Till next time, I'm gonna drop some jewels for you, baby. Hit me up, markybravo@gmail.com. Check my book out, Razor Blade Romance, on Amazon. Till next time, people.